Hello everyone. I thought I'd make a Christmas card today. I intend making it from just one piece of A4. This is my sheet here. This is Cintigo Silkweave Linen card. It's my very favourite, love it. I cut it down the centre, top to bottom. This side is going to be used for my card base. This one, the other piece I cut into two. One of them I cut down to make a front panel. I cut it down by 1 centimetre down the length and 1 centimetre along the bottom, which made it obviously 0.5 centimetre smaller all the way around. So this piece is the piece I'm going to use for my die cutting. A couple of things I just wanted to show you incidentally today. Some people have said, oh, my card is not square. Whenever I fold it, I crease it carefully and it's not square. But there's several tricks that you have to watch out for when you are scoring and folding a card base. The first one is absolutely ensuring that the one side is flush with the edge of your scoring board. Then, keeping it still, run your bone folder down the appropriate crease line. I've got mine marked with a Sharpie, the ones that I use most frequently, so I don't have to go looking, oh, is this the one, is that the one? They've actually got special little diddly marks on here. This one's got a star and that one's got a heart. Those are the two that I use most often in this decimal, what do you call it? Scoreboard. Anyway, okay, we've got so far accurately scored. Keeping that to the side, I'm going to put my fingers close to the fold and just bend it. Now, this is the important bit. You don't just go like that and crease. What you have to do, can you see here, there's a tiny, tiny discrepancy. You've got to make sure that those corners are absolutely over each other. Some people like to push it into the corner to do this. I like to keep it back so that I can go right past the end of the card. And sometimes, you know, it alters slightly where that first crease was, but if you want to have an accurate card base, those are the things you've got to watch out for. Okay, that's lecture over. We'll carry on. The other thing I wanted to show you today were these. Now, I had a message from a lovely lady. Now, I hope I'm going to say her name correctly. I think her name is called Blake. She's from the Netherlands. And she has an IJ in the middle of her name, and I believe the IJ combination is pronounced A in Flemish and in Dutch. So I'm hoping her name is Blake. If I'm wrong, I would love to be corrected. Anyway, she sent me a message showing me she had a little magnetic gizmo. She said something to do with nails to pick up small dice. Well, I have these two, and I did say to Blake that I would show what I've got. I think both of these probably are from Crafter's Companion, or is it Spellbinders? I don't remember, but one of them came with my glimmer machine, because if you want to pick up a die from a hot surface that's been hot, you don't want to burn yourself, use one of these. Inside there is a magnet. Okay, if you want it to pick something up, you squeeze it together so that the magnet shows through the little hole. Go over to the die and pick it up. If you want to release it, you just release your grip on the tweezers. So if anybody is having difficulty, whether they've got gel nails, arthritis or what, and is having difficulty picking up dies from a smooth surface, one of these gizmos is really, really useful. I'll try and put a link to one in the description below the video. I'm not quite sure where these from, but I'll try and find one somewhere so I can show you a link. Okay, that's that one. Right, there's my card. There's my card panel. I always think a panel is a very subtle frame. Focuses the eye on what's on it. All I intend to do for this Christmas card is to have Santa sitting on a gift. Now, if he's going to sit on top of here, I might have to cut a bit of the bow off so the space looks as if he's squishing it to sit on it. So I'm going to cut a couple of him so that I can have that. Oh, there you go, you see, trying to pick him up like this. What you can do is that. I'll do a couple of them so I can have, you know, maybe the beard and the face will be forward of the body. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out these few bits and bobs, so I will be one moment. Okay, I've cut 2 Santas. I have an extra lid to give that a little more dimension, and I have the bow for the parcel. So first thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to colour the body of Santa. Got a couple of shades of red. I've got R8 and R2. R2 is really quite a bright one. So, I think I'll just put a bit around the back of this. Don't know if I'm going to be using that one, but still. I'm not going to bother if I go onto the beard, because I will be putting an extra beard and face on the top. So let's just put a bit of deeper red down here, and then the lighter one for the rest of it. Just blend this in. I'm going to give him black boots, but I'll go over that. Black boots and black gloves, I think. I think that's what I fancy. There we go. He's going to have a red nose, isn't he? Let me cut this off. Or a bright pink nose, maybe, I don't know. Let's just cut his body from his head, or his head from his body, as the case may be. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is cut this one off, because I've already coloured it, and put it on top of that one, and just sort of switch them over. So let me do that. They're only joined by tiny little bits. So if we put this onto here, then I can put that back onto there. Okay. I'll cut that off as well so I can get them in the right order, because I do want to actually colour his face. Right. Let's do... I'll do a little bit of shading on his beard. This one I think I use. There, a little bit of grey in with his beard. I want to do his nose. Should I give him a red nose? Let me just do his flesh. I'll do that. This one. Just here. Can actually do with an extra nose on the top of this, couldn't we? Won't do the whole thing, just give a little shadow there. I may just put a bit blender on it. That bit there. Okay. Right, now I'll just do his boots. I'm going to give him black boots. Does he want longer boots? Perhaps he does. Let's give him longer boots. Okay. Black gloves. Okay. Now, stick this back onto here. Drop of glue. The joy of cutting it up is you can colour without the colour going over into the next section. So what I'm going to do is pop this on with a little piece of tape on the back, joining the two together, and then I can stick the other one on the top of that. So the easiest way to do it is to put it on one and then join the other to it. Like that. And then I can glue the other one on top of here. And everything's sort of the right way round. Okay. Santa is nearly done. Let's get him aligned and then he will be done. There we go. Okay, now for the parcel. I'm going to cut off the lid. That's just to make it sort of a bit more dimensional, really. Pop this on top of here. Okay, so do we want any design on this? Let me think. Maybe I won't put the I'm just wondering whether to leave off the bow as Santa's going to sit on it. What I might do is just cut the bow off and leave the rest of the tapes, if you know what I mean. Let's just do that. I'm going to have gold for this, I feel. So I'm going to use one of my Spectrum Noir metallic paint markers for this. I mean, you can use anything, packaging, you know, proper wrapping paper for the parcel if you want to, but I'm just going to keep it kind of simple. Okay, there is that. Let's join the parcel together. I'll put the extra layer on the top so the box feels as if it is, you know, as I said, a bit more dimensional. But what I have done, looks like I've die cut that bit with a piece of scrap stuck in the die cutting machine. Never mind, never mind. Santa will probably cover the problem. So now we'll put the tape, the parcel ribbon on. Okay. Thought I'd lost these a minute ago, found them on the floor. My very, very favourite tweezers. Right, just a little bit of glue there we will get rid of. Okay, now for Santa sitting on the top, we'll put him sitting just about there, I think. Okay, let me stick this onto here. So all it's going to have is just a parcel. I think we'll have the parcel 3D a little bit. So out comes the foam tape. Simple cards are often made more interesting by the way the various elements are presented. So if you can add a bit of dimension with some, you know, foam tape, 3D silicone or whatever, it's always a really good idea. So we'll have this like this, and if he's going to sit on it, then he's going to need some foam tape behind here because he's going to be further away from the paper, the background. Do you know, there's a tiny bit there that I haven't actually coloured. Would you believe it? A tiny, tiny bit. Right there. It's better. Oh, crikey. Should wear my glasses, shouldn't I? Let me stick him on and then I can see where the foam tape has got to go. His fingers, his hands need to be stuck. Let's see. Okay. Now we can put some foam tape in that bit there. This is a bit too big. There we go. Right. And we can stick him on, I think. I don't know that he needs any sentiment, really. I could put a Noel on or something, perhaps. Something simple. But this is just, as I said, one piece of card for one greeting card. One piece of A4 card for one greeting card. It's really quite economical. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a treat. I think this is my birthday treat from this year from my daughter. Can't remember whether it was my birthday or was it last Christmas, but we're going to see ABBA The Voyage. And my two girlfriends that I went out with this week are coming as well. They decided that they would like to come too, so we're meeting my daughter and my granddaughter up in London, and we're travelling up tomorrow to see ABBA The Voyage. I have got my sequin jacket. Oh my lord. My friend bought me a silver wig. I don't know if I'm going to be wearing the silver wig, but who knows? Who knows? We will see. Goodness me. Anyway, I think a little Noel actually might be quite nice, don't you? After all that. Use the gold again, perhaps. Let me just find a Noel and cut out a Noel, and I will put it up here somewhere. Well, I just decided I couldn't see a Noel. I just couldn't spot one. So I just grabbed an H and an O. I don't know what step they're from. Cut it out 3 times. Coloured it with my Spectrum paint marker. And I'm just going to stick it on there. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know which way these are supposed to go up, but I think probably I just ought to try and get them all facing the same way, and then hopefully they'll look unified. So, a little bit of this, stick it on, and this. I'll just whiz this up, I think. There we go. It's done. Oh my goodness. What fun. I do love Christmas cards. You know, they're the one make of cards that I know will get used. I have boxes full of cards that have been made for various I don't know, purposes, challenges, trying to find out a technique or whatever, and they just sit there. But, you know, this one, it'll get used. So have a bit of fun. Have a play with some of your dies and see if you can get a whole card out of one piece of A4 card. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for ticking the thumbs up and checking your subscriptions. They do vary up and down. And come back and see me very soon.